Did you know that loneliness is the #1 cause of male suicide? Some of you probably did. Today I came across a post on Instagram that shared a recent study that was done, I believe, in Oxford. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that the name of psychologist, the last name of the psychologist is Dunbar. And the study claims that men need at least 2 guys' nights per week for optimal mental health. And the comment section on that Instagram post that shared this study, the comments are awful. The comments are awful. The comments are disturbing. I do have an issue with how this information was shared. I'm suspecting that this page wanted to create controversy because they shared a photo of like really cheesy looking photo of guys drinking beer and eating pizza. So immediately the guys' nights is interpreted as that. And then in the caption, before mentioning that this guys' nights can involve team sports, can involve many different activities, before all of that, they give example of guys going out for drinks. So the negative comments are partially or largely maybe due to how this information was shared, but nevertheless, not all of those negative comments can be justified by how the information was shared, because when we are talking about such things as mental health and prevention of suicide, we need to be more understanding, more careful. Naturally, a lot of comments are, yeah, this is why women don't want to have kids with men anymore, because guys are spoiled, guys are soft, they need, what the hell is a guy night, who needs 2 guys nights? And the way some of those arguments are phrased, I understand. It seems unreasonable, and I believe that every relationship, if we are talking about a man who is in a marriage and has kids, or doesn't have kids, he's just in a serious relationship, I think that every couple should negotiate amongst themselves how much time separately or how much time for themselves and their friends can they take out of their week, if they have joint obligations, if they have joint life projects, and if, of course, they need to work on their relationship. So I think it's up to every couple to negotiate about that. I don't think we should now set a standard and rule that everyone should follow. But to dismiss the need of men to socialize and to immediately jump to the conclusion that male socializing is just about getting drunk and that there is nothing deep about it, is disturbing once again. And what I'm hurt by, I have to say, I don't want to now play the role of a victim. I am blessed, beyond blessed, by the male friends that I have, by the brothers that I have. I'm beyond blessed. But I'm hurt when I see comments by men saying, if you're a guy and you need guys' nights, you are gay. And let me come straight off by saying, my issue here is not, I don't think there's nothing wrong with being gay. If any of you have wondered, and maybe I will lose some of my viewers now who thought that I'm some kind of conservative guy, and maybe some of you will appreciate this, but I don't have issue with. I think it's a ridiculous insult, but when you say, if you have need as a human being to spend time with another man, that's gay. And I will try to find a specific comment that pretty much sums up the hustle grind again, alpha, sigma, masculinity culture, I will try to find that comment and put it in the video, is something along the lines of you spend time with your wife, with your kids, and with your business, and so on. And if you want to spend time with other men, you are gay. It's something along those lines. This is the culture that has been spreading recently that teaches men that you can only be friends with other men with whom you can build business with. There is no place for male friendship for the sake of friendship in those people's lives. In this ideology that is spreading amongst men, there is no place for friendship for the sake of relating to each other as men. There is no place for male friendship for the sake of love from one man to another man that is not romantic love. You can only make connections with other men if you can build business with them. I cannot put into words how unhealthy that is. How unhealthy that is to teach men and to try to convince the men. And apparently these gurus have been successful at convincing a lot of men to believe that the only purpose of male friendship is to make money together. By all means, hustle and grind alone. And I think if you are pursuing some sort of passion that you can make money from, it is natural that you will find friends who are like-minded and have similar interests. And that's amazing if you can have joint projects. But it doesn't always work out like that. And sometimes you are on a lonely journey. And to limit yourself and to believe that men that are not interested in making business, men who cannot help you in making money, that they are not friendship material, that they cannot bring any value to your life. That is what leads to male loneliness. That is what leads to male suicide. I have great issue with the message that is being spread. You know, recently I saw one of those reels, you know, those bot accounts that just spam post reels from these red pill sigma gurus, and the guy was saying, one of those gurus was saying, he was putting out these statistics as if he cares about men, saying, do you know how men are lonely? You know, a lot of them play that card, saying, do you know how men are lonely? And they talk about male suicide. And then he says, who is going to take care of men? Who is standing up for men? You and those like you are not standing up for men. That's what I want to say to him. That's why I want to have the chance to debate some of these guys. You are using not only a cheap, but really you're a terrible human being for using that cheap trick of mentioning male loneliness and male suicide, and then drawing men into direction that not only doesn't help, but makes the problem worse. You say, do you know how men are lonely? Do you know how many men commit suicide? Who is standing up for men? And then you are the same guy who says you can only be friends with men that you can build business with. Ditch your loser friends. By all means, ditch friends who are trying to force you to engage in self-destructive behavior. By all means, those are not your friends. Ditch people who cannot understand that you have dreams. Yes, but ditch your loser friends. Today, loser, someone who is not trying to become a millionaire is classified as a loser by those guys. So ditch all your male friends that are not trying to become losers. If they have 9 to 5, they are bots. They are, how would they say, NPCs. So ditch all of those friends. And who are you left with? You are left with a fake online guru and other people who have fallen for his message. And yes, you can have them as friends. You will not be lonely if you pay $999 for his online course. So you have to pay him not to be lonely. I have great issue with this. Once again, I will add some of those comments. We have to talk about men's mental health in a much different way, and this is. I'm not sure how coherent my argument is, because I just turned on the camera and started recording, so maybe I'm a bit too emotional and not didn't give myself enough time to calm down before sharing these thoughts. But this is what's on my mind, and I have to say once again, repeat and repeat and repeat. I am not saying this as a guy who doesn't understand the idea of hustle alone, focus on yourself and your goals, and then, you will, when you are who you think you should be and when you achieve everything, then you will find friends, or those friends will be waiting for you. I understand that position. I was the guy. I was the guy who didn't answer so many of his friends' phone calls to hang out. And I cannot say that I should have answered every single one of those calls and accepted every single one of those invitations. No, I don't think that. But I am that person that is really bad at establishing some sort of balance. So this is why I feel that I'm pretty objective on this matter. I feel that I'm a person who really understands the side of the argument that I'm criticizing. When I criticize these guys who say, "Oh, if you are a man and you need two guys' nights, if you need to wind down with your friends and relax twice a week or even once a week, you are a weakling." I understand them. I can relate to them. That's why I want to fight against this idea, because I understand how easy it is to fall into that trap. And sometimes it's not the gurus. I criticize gurus, but sometimes it's not. I have to be real and objective. It's not 100% their fault, because no guru ever convinced me that I shouldn't be answering my friends' phone calls because I'm focusing on myself. No guru ever convinced me. That was purely my choice that came out of my own way of thinking that has been developed. Not online. So I don't want to put all the blame on these gurus, but a lot of blame should be put on them. So just wanted to say, if you are a man who is watching this and disagrees with me and thinks that I don't understand the position of hustle, and no, I'm trust me, I am still not living up to the standard that I'm trying to. I'm not trying to preach, that I'm trying to propose. I'm not living up to that standard. So I never want to come off here as I'm looking from above. I'm engaging in this conversation because I know how much better I can and should be. And I don't want to let men, I don't want to let humans suffer unnecessarily. But in this moment, we are talking about men. And just because I'm criticizing men and the way men engage in this, in men's mental health talk, I also don't want to seem like someone who is always giving women a free pass. Yes, in the comment section there was a lot of women leaving immature comments, leaving hateful comments. I understand everyone, men and women, who have seen that post and the way it was shared and think that it's ridiculous that a man needs 2 guys' nights per week. I have 2 guys' nights every 6 months maybe. So I'm not now saying, yeah, everyone should have 2 a week, and everyone can have 2 per week. I know I would like to have more. But what I'm trying to say is men coming together is not just for the purpose of getting drunk and, I don't know, getting drunk and watching sports, or it's just about building money together and there is nothing in between. So it's either objectively physically unhealthy behavior, as in getting drunk and high, or it's something constructive like building business together, and you have to choose either or. And if you don't have this opportunity of building business together, you haven't met those types of friends yet, and you don't want to choose the self-destructive behavior, then you should sit alone at home. That's not how the world works. That's not how life works. That's not how male friendships, male interactions, male relationships work. The first maybe you know that the first video of this channel was long live talk about men's mental health, and maybe it was too long of a break. It's almost 2 months, I think. Maybe this is something that we need to talk about more frequently. We need to talk about more frequently. This is a rant that I just had to get out of my system and wanted to share with you. If you're a man, I just want to send out my love and support for you, and encouragement. And I have been given the privilege and the burden of having a platform and receiving daily messages from lonely men for the last couple of years. Male loneliness is a real issue. I'm talking about male loneliness. I would like to make a positive change, and I often talk about opening up, but I myself, and when I talk about opening up, there are those who, again, fake tough guys who say how that's soft. Once again, I'm coming from a position from someone who still finds it hard to open up. So that's why I say you have to open up. If you're a man, you don't have to be alone. You don't have to be alone. You are not alone, and there is no need for anyone to feel alone in this world and to go through this life alone. Sorry, I'm aware that this time I wasn't at the level that I wanted to be in terms of how I'm articulating my thoughts, how I'm expressing myself. Apologies for that, but I guess I need to work on calming myself down before I talk about something that really gets to me.